Hello everyone to a short overview of the new Scourge of Aqshy. Specific faction rules for the Helsmiths of Hashut, because I don't care about the other armies. But yeah, we got our file, like every army gets one, and now the Chaos release is out, so we get 3 artifacts of power, and the Gem of Uterak is one that you use in your hero phase for once per battle. If your unit is not a wizard, you can have him a wizard 2 until the start of next turn, and if he's a wizard, you can add 1 to his power level and add d3 to his casting rolls. Yeah, considering we don't have the most powerful of spells, I wouldn't say that is the greatest of items to get for your army, so probably pass that over. Now the second one and the third one, that's something else. We got the Cask of Belittlement. It's any combat phase, and you pick an enemy unit in combat with this unit to be the target. So let's say your Demon Smith on is Bale Taurus, and then you roll a number of dice equal to your Fury level. If this unit is charged this turn, add 1 to each roll, and for each 3+ or 2+, if you charge, to do 1 mortal damage on the target. So yeah, that's possibly, since you can have Fury level 7, you can do 7 mortals on 2+ each. Possibly, so that's pretty nasty for some extra damage on the unit. And the third one, the Horn of the Bullfather, that's probably the best there is considering you got a slow army. It happens in the deployment phase, so even before movement and everything. And you pick a visible friendly Helsmiths of a shield unit, like say your reinforced unit of Bull Centaurs, and a unit of Hobgoblin Vandals. And so that means you will have to take Vandals though. You remove them from the battlefield and you set them up hopefully within 7 inches of a battlefield edge and more than 9 inches away from all enemy units. So you can just drop them on a flank, have the Vandals go, try and desolate an objective on that side. Have the Bull Centaurs move and then just don't roll Snake Eyes to have them charge in turn 1 with all their mortal impacts and everything, so that's just bloody nasty. Yeah, that's a great item. And then we also get 3 accursed devices, which are enhancements that can be given to a Helsmith of Hashut war machine. You can only have 1 in your army of those accursed devices. Now take into account your war machines, that's not only your Death Shriekers and your Tormentor Bombards, but also your Dominator engines, either the Mace variant or the Flame Cannon variant, and your Bale Taurus, because that's also a war machine. And these don't block hero abilities, so you can have both an artifact, like the one above for the charge, and still give him an accursed device. That can be either Infernal Motivator for a +2 on a move characteristic, not bad. You can have Earth Rack Stabilizers, which adds 1 to the range characteristic of this unit's melee weapons if it has not charged in the same turn. Not too fun on that for the Bale Taurus, because if you take the above item for the mortals, you just want them to charge. Yeah, it's also not worth on a normal gun, so yeah, maybe on your Dominator with Bane Maces. That might be good if you expect to be charged, but basically nobody's gonna take that one. And then there's the Bullfather Scorn that happens in your shooting phase, and then you can spend 1 rage dice, and yeah, this is something nice on a war machine, by the way. You apply the effects below that. If your opponent's fury level is lower than yours, they must increase their fury level by 1, so you give them a fury level bonus to a maximum of 7, and otherwise you roll a dice, and on the 3+, your ranged weapons have crit 2 hits until the start of your next turn. So each of these units' ranged weapons already have crit 2 hits. Then the shooting attack score critical hits on a modified hit rolls of 5+ until the start of the next turn instead. So pretty nasty on a Death Shrieker missile launcher. That can suddenly start deleting some very big monsters. But yeah, it's also a bit of a gamble with the fury level, of course. But yeah, I'm a bit in doubt. I like it, and I probably will take it, but still, I think of the 3 devices, probably the motivators are the best. It all depends, of course, a bit on their actual cost. So if you roll 0, I might take the one for the double hits on a Death Shrieker, just because I can. And then we also get 2 new warscrolls. The first is a new Demon Smith on Infernal Taurus. We saw the points yesterday. It's way more expensive than the regular one, and well, I doubt it's actually worth it. It got move 10, health 15, control 5, 3 plus save, okay. Has his World Demon Fighter shooting attack, not too too spectacular. Infernal Staff Horns and Hooves, less attacks if he's battle damaged. And then he has a once per army in your hero if he's the Leeching Realm magic rules, where you can draw away some power. Your demonic resilience works the same, but then also has once per turn in your army, and this is not bad at all. The Calamitous Shockwave, so you pick up to 3 enemy units in combat with this unit to be the target. You roll a dice for each target, and if the roll is lower than your fury level, for the rest of the turn they cannot use Eruption of Fire. Then you resolve damage against them, they cannot use a rage dice as part of Fight Through the Pain, and you add +1 to the rend for weapons that used for attacks that target that enemy unit. So yeah, that's a rampage ability, and that's pretty nasty. But for the extra points cost, I don't know if it's worth it. On the other hand, the second scroll, the Anointed Sentinels, more expensive as well as the first ones, about 30 points, so reinforced 60 points. But yeah, there are some units that became cheaper in the newest battle profile update. So like your Demon Smith is cheaper and your Spearmen are cheaper, so you can recuperate a lot of those points elsewhere. But they get the Zealous Acolytes and the Demonic Resilience. Okay, all cool, we know that one. But then the Zealous Acolytes now have +1 attack on your melee weapons, meaning they would have 4 attacks and 5 for the champion. While it is contesting an objective that you do not control, and the other part of the ability is if you control an objective and you're contesting that, you get +10 to this unit's control score. So that would mean 3 times 1 for or 6 if it's reinforced, meaning a 16 for a small unit. That's pretty hefty, considering they also hit hard, hit rather easy, have a lot of attacks, wound hard, and do lots of damage. So you can flank them up there, ideally supported with some spearmen or even a swordsman, and then just get one big block of guarding sentinels on that objective for your game plans. So yeah, I kind of like that one for the sentinels, though. It probably will motivate me to paint them up pretty swiftly. Well, for as far as I need motivation to paint Chaos Dwarf, but yeah, you get the idea. But that's it for the Scourge of Aqshy update for the Helsmiths of Hashut. It's pretty cool, 2 great dark gifts, 1 maybe good Accursed Device, a okay Demon Smith build or a new ability, and some excellent Anointed Sentinels in my opinion. So let's see how it goes, and see you next time for more Chaos Dwarf related stuff. Take care and bye bye. For watching this video, and if you want to support me, check out the link tree above for all my channels, so you can have a look there, or my affiliate links, so there's a little kickback to the channel for more content. And if you really like, you can always buy me a coffee. Thanks and bye bye. Did you like the Chaos Dwarf content in this video and want to know more about Chaos Dwarfs? Then check out the Chaos Dwarf online forum by scanning the QR code you now see on screen.